Okay. Hey everybody. How are you doing? I am getting my camera launched here. So if you would give me just one moment, I can get that set up and then we will be in the action 100%. But I'm excited to be talking to you guys today. We have a lot to talk about with Aeternia's economy and what we are preparing as the future continues. There we go. Republic of Aeternia said hello. Hello, Aeternia. How are you? It's great to see you. Today we are talking about Aeternian ingots because I have something very, very special in my hands here. It's going to be hard for you to see it, but you can make it out even a little bit on screen. That's how good the quality is. Check it out, guys. We have our first Aeternian aluminum ingots produced. These are half-ounce ingots. Check them out. They have our symbol on them. They are beautiful. These are handmade in Aeternia 100% from a micronation. Created, developed for you guys, for the micronational community to be able to do cooler stuff. The Kingdom of Australia said hello. It's good to see you, Australia. It's good to see you, Racenia and Aeternia. Thank you all so much for joining us today on a historic moment for the Empire of Aeternia. We are launching these ingots. We actually have them on our Etsy site, and of course I want to show off a few more pictures of them. So we're going to jump over so that I can show that off to you guys and get things started there. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. And ultimately, this is something that I know viewers of the channel have been waiting for a long time. We have been supposed to be launching these for quite a while, and every time we get close, we just want to make a little adjustment. We just want to improve it and find ways to make the product bigger and better for you guys. So Captain Zinto said, nice. Hey, it's good to see you, Captain Zinto. Thank you for joining us. But let's rock over there. There we go. Alright, so you guys can see we have our beautiful Aeternian aluminum ingot here. This is something, again, half ounce, 99% pure aluminum. This is something that I have personally grinded in our forge to make. As you can see here, it's actually 0.6 ounces from our measurement, but that allows me two things. One, when I sell it to you guys, I know for a matter of fact that it is at least a half an ounce. So if you are making something and you're trying to work on calculations for how much you need by mass to make, you know, a sword or a necklace or whatever, you have the availability to know that that's going to be at least the amount you need, if not a little bit more. That also ensures for us that in the case of anything happening to it, you know, if margins are really, really close and something gets scratched or bumped, or if there's a defect in it for whatever reason, that makes sure that we are well above that range and in a good percentage in case, you know, even our equipment, our measurement equipment or something, not being as precise as necessary. Having a 0.1 factor of error there helps us a lot. So we are launching these ingots. These are super exciting for us because not only can we work with aluminum, but as we have shown you guys before, we can work with copper as well, and that's going to be something that we start to launch here very, very soon. These aluminum ingots are currently selling for $4 a piece. They are half-ounce aluminum ingots, again 99% pure, but they are something that I hope kind of generates some excitement in the community because we are trying to move forward with our economy and trying to do so in a way that has a matter-of-fact value to it, something that aluminum as a metal has a certain scrap value, but in addition to that, having the pure refined form of it, having something that is easy for a blacksmith to take and melt and create something with, rather than having to melt, you know, thousands of cans to get this product, not literally thousands of cans, but in the case of the aluminum ingot, the half-ounce aluminum ingot, maybe a can or so. That is something, maybe a couple, 3 cans, something like that, but that is something that would take a process of going through and refining and purifying over and over and over again to remove all the slag, to remove all the stuff that's keeping those impurities locked into the metal. So as we continue to move forward, I hope you guys can appreciate how laborious a process this can be in general, but also how cool it is that we're able to produce these for the community now. So that way when you guys get started on projects and you want to start working with metal, you have something ready to go made by a micronation so you can support micronationalists, and it is something that is a nice product for us. As we continue, we're going to be continuing to improve with these, of course. One of the big things that you'll notice is it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. I want to go in and be able to grind and polish this thing really, really smooth, and to do that for continual versions. But I wanted to get a version out right now, and I wanted to show what our progress has been like. So if you get something that's looks better than this product when you purchase it, congratulations. You'll probably be getting a more updated version, which would be this, but just with better manufacturing techniques. But at very least, you will be still getting a high quality product like this, where you can see we have the sides of it. You can see it kind of from different angles. Here's a straight on view with it actually kind of leaned up. And again, you can see just the purity of this metal. You can see there is differences with the way that the light hits it, but ultimately it has this sheen over it. You don't see any big black specks in it or big chunks. If you've watched our previous aluminum melts, you know that there is a ton of slag, a ton of waste material that is created when you're trying to purify these ingots. And that goes with any metal, but aluminum is particularly difficult with that, especially because of the low melting point of it. It makes it easy to work with, so a lot of people starting with forging love to work with aluminum. So hopefully that makes it useful for you guys. But the issue, if you know with it, if you've ever messed with it before, is that it dries super quickly. It cools super quickly and hardens, and then if you have any dust, any debris in it, it is going to solidify and help to cool the metal even quicker, which will harden it even quicker, and you will ultimately end up with a ton of black little specks in it or something from debris that has burned and got singed into the metal. A lot of time it's carbon. So we're trying to remove that, and we have got this beautiful product out, and I was so impressed by this. I wanted to launch it today. So you guys will be the first ones hanging out in the stream to be able to go check that out and to view that. We have the link in the description, but we want to start opening that up to a wider audience. So again, please go check that out. Let us know what you think about them. Tell us what you think this means for the micronational community. As we continue to move forward, we're making progress. Like not only being able to melt these metals and not being only having the technology to do so, but going beyond that and actually starting an economy based around it. Having something of value that Aeternia can say, hey, we can produce this, and this is of like inherent value to most anyone in the world. Here you go. We have that as a valuable commodity to trade. We can take something that for us is something that we want to recycle and we want to get rid of because, aluminum can pollution and things like that can be a real issue. So the environmentalist side of us wants to take that and do something with it, and the economic side of us wants to move that into a profit margin, wants to be able to create something valuable from that and make it worth our time to actually get rid of it and refine it into a usable product so that our trash can become someone else's treasure. And that's what we're doing here. We are refining down aluminum ingots from the aluminum waste that Aeternia accumulates over just the natural development of itself, and in keeping everybody alive and happy, we use aluminum. And so therefore one of the easiest ways for us to cut down on not only our reliance on electrical grids and things like that, which we've been working on through our hydroelectric power, to try to reduce that. Not only are we making this process actually eco-friendly by not using gas, gas-powered forges to melt this down, but actually using an all-electric arc furnace to do this, a significantly more eco-friendly, cost-effective method. And so we're able to use that and make these ingots, which are then again reducing another form of our pollution in the form of that aluminum waste that we would otherwise be sending to a recycling center or throwing away. So now we can actually take that and make a valuable product for the micronational community to increase some of the value and some of the worth that is in the micronational community, because it's so difficult to put any value and any inherent connection to the micronational community with some effective output, with some net gain. So most micronations come into the community, they're excited to develop themselves, and they're excited to find sources of value, but it's hard for them to create them, and there's no resources in the community for them to actually take advantage of. So we've been trying to offer different resources to help nations grow, and now we are able to offer resources that help to give wealth to nations. So this is something that we are moving forward with. You know, other nations who sell things, many of the times are buying things from some external source. You know, they are getting something from the internet, and they're having it produced in a Micronation, and then they are just direct selling it to you with their emblem on it or their logo or whatever. This is something that is made in our country 100% by our people, and it's something that will go directly to a purchase of land for us so that we can scale up. We want to not only be able to do aluminum and copper, we want to be able to do steel and gold and silver, all of which we can actually do today, but in a very small volume. What our ultimate goal with this is to be able to create an Aeternian aluminum industry that far surpasses those of not only other micronations, but even local distributors. So we want to be competitive. We want to have a market that is effective for us, and in order to do that, we have to make the process of developing this aluminum and doing this as cheap as possible, which is going to mean producing and getting bigger. So we're going to want to hire people eventually to start mass producing the aluminum. We're going to want to upgrade our furnace so that it can handle more aluminum volume at one time, and we are going to want to have the space to be able to mass manufacture aluminum and copper and steel and gold and silver and all of these things which we can develop, and we have proven to be able to develop. We just need to be able to expand. And so if you purchase one of these ingots, again, link in the description, not only will you be supporting us and our connection to a land purchase, but you'll also be helping the micronational community and the environment and the local economy that we will be competing in as well eventually. So that is the point of this. We're trying to do this in an ecologically responsible way, in an environmentally responsible way, as we are doing with our electric arc furnace, which is better than, you know, gas furnaces as far as the environment is concerned. And as well, we are trying to, even as a micronationalist, remove our dependence on a macronational electric grid by storing electrical power through our hydroelectric system. So as we upgrade our hydro system, we will save more energy that we can then deposit into our arc furnace, which means that our industry becomes more and more 100% Aeternian. It becomes less and less of something that is needing external sources of support to manufacture and to develop itself. Captain Zinto says, if you need copper or aluminum, I would recommend going to a scrapyard and getting a large engine. Absolutely. Also, Brandy Lynn Bordeaux, it's good to see you. I'm not sure if I said hi to you yet, but I wanted to tell you hi. I don't think I've seen you in streams in a minute, but I'm glad to see you here tonight. Captain Zinto said, get a large engine. Yeah, I feel like a large engine, though, I'm curious as to how much it would cost you to get it out of the scrapyard versus how much value you would get in the scrap. It may very well be worthwhile. I know for aluminum, we have like a good amount of aluminum just from saving up cans and stuff right now, but we will definitely be looking into that and like piping and stuff like that for any scrap that we can get for aluminum and copper as well. Transformers are really good for getting copper, which is something that we've been doing recently, is taking apart and scrapping transformers for use in our arc furnace, but also for the copper itself, the copper coils. So that is helping a lot. That's actually what we used to produce this guy, this little piece of copper that I was showing off a second ago. And, you know, this little piece right here is, I'm going to actually throw up the cam real quick so that we can see a little bit better. This is a 1/2 ounce aluminum ingot, right? And this thing's a decent size, you know, it's pretty big. It feels kind of heavy, but it's only a 1/2 ounce aluminum. This is, and again, I'll show for comparison, this is smaller. This is a significantly smaller piece of copper. However, this piece of copper is basically an ounce. It's like 0.97 or something, 0.95 or something of an ounce of copper. And this thing is very, very heavy. So just thinking about what we will be able to do as we're able to continue to upgrade and do more and more with this copper. One, copper is multiple times more valuable than aluminum for the scrap price, so that will be something that ramps up our economy in a great way. Just trying to improve what it is that we can do with these more and more valuable metals that we're getting will mean a lot more value creation for Aeternians and a lot more investment in our economy. So thank you guys for supporting that. Kingdom of Ceylon, Far Cry 5 Master says, hey, hello Kingdom of Ceylon, how are you? Australia said, you know, I am the citizen of your nation too now. Australia, it's good to see you. I know you are a sovereign in our nation, which is not the same thing as a citizen. It is someone who is associated with our nation, and is essentially saying that you are connected by another nation to our nation. So thank you very much for doing that. If you guys don't know, Australia actually participated or was signed up to participate in our last Micronational Risk tournament, and I think is planning on jumping in the next one. So I'm excited to see them. OP says, hello OP. You are awesome. You are straight up OP, and it's good to see you. Let me know what you're up to tonight. Mr. Comic said, nice, I like it. Thank you, Mr. Comic. I haven't seen you here, Mr. Comic. Are you new to the streams? What's it all about? Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't, help our country grow from the ground. It would mean a lot. OP says, so metal is a business of Aeternia now? Yes. So it had always been a large part of our economic plan. This has been something that we've been working on since pretty much the beginning of our channel, maybe a few months into the beginning of our channel. But if you guys go back and watch, we used to have a charcoal furnace that we were burning and burning and burning to try and melt aluminum, and we could barely melt the aluminum. We would get little puddles and little drips and pieces, and we were trying our hardest to make that work. So now we are able to produce big solid pieces of pure aluminum with an upgraded arc furnace, and we are able to sell those. So that's the difference. Now, yes, they are a part of our economy. They are a business that we are using to make money, and we are asking you guys to purchase them. One, to support Aeternia, and you know, if you just want to give it as a gift or as something to show off your connection to Aeternia, we're also going to be giving some of these away as prizes, some stuff that we can do for the community. So if you play a game with us and you win or something like that, we may send you one of these, or if you create something cool for us, we may send you one of these as a token of our appreciation. But ultimately, what we're trying to do right now is to try and get money for our land purchase. So as we continue to work on this, and as we try to get better, we want you guys to support us so that we can move this industry into bigger and better spaces. We are actively trying to purchase land, which means that we will be able to get bigger and better equipment, and we will be able to advance this industry for Aeternians and also for the micronational community. So if you guys are interested in that, that is a great way to help. Each ingot is $4, and the shipping price I think is like $4.25 or something like that, $4.50. So it ultimately comes out to be around $8, maybe a little bit over that with tax. But what I would recommend, if you guys do want to purchase Aeternian aluminum and you want to purchase like multiple of these, let me know, because one, we can give you cheaper prices on like a bulk amount of them per one, and we can also give you a significantly cheaper shipping price, because it's expensive to ship things, especially things that are heavy like metal, but if we know that you're going to be ordering a lot, then we can reduce the shipping price because it'll balance out with the profit that we would make. So let us know, and we will hook you up with that. Kingdom of Ceylon says, ooh, hold up. If you want to make money with your currency, your money will have to cost a cent. Maybe you got to keep that in mind. I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused on what you're saying, Kingdom of Ceylon. Also, these aren't our currency, these are ingots. So these are metal ingots that they're specifically aluminum, people can use to melt down and create other things with. But they are pure aluminum, so they do have some inherent value just in aluminum scrap. Captain Zinto says it can depend on the area and the supplier, but I have gotten one for $20, and I melted it all down and got $232 just reselling the ingots. Dang. Absolutely. That is straight up impressive. I don't know. Did you get that for the scrap prices of the aluminum, or did you sell the ingots like online through some market or something? Percall says, hello everyone, sorry I'm late. That's alright, it's good to see you, Percall. We are talking about Aeternian aluminum ingots. This is the in-person view. If you can see it, let me get you, there we go. There's our symbol. Look at it, it's beautiful. I love this thing. Oh my goodness. And so we are talking about that those are officially on the Imperial market. And I'll actually go back to the live screen so I can show you guys that. Here it is, and again, link in the description if you guys want to purchase them. Utreya says, hi, Kingdom of Percall. OP says, yes, that's very cool. Thank you very much. Mr. Comic says, thank you, and yes, I'm new. Well, it's good to see you. If you would like to subscribe, it means a lot. It helps us to grow our country. As well, if you want to join us and potentially assist us or become a part of the tournaments that we do and the competitions and the giveaways that we do, please join our Discord where you can get more involved. Again, link in the description. True Crime Channel said Thirst Trap is back. Percall said thanks. Hello. Kingdom of Percall said, how is everyone? We're good, Percall. It's nice to see you. Far Cry 5 says, oh, OP says, hold up. Let me change this beat. This is a harder beat than I expected. And to be honest with you, I'm not ready for it right now. So we're going to hang out for a second. I'm going to read this, and then we will jump back in. Because I want to get off of that ad. There we go. Okay, so Far Cry 5 says, oh, OP says, you can probably make coins out of aluminum, though. That's not what we're doing, but kind of what we're doing. These are very effectively, you know, they're the same shape and stuff as coins, but they are not coins. They are ingots, and they're weighted at half an ounce. They are half-ounce ingots, but they look very much like coins. They are very effectively coins, but we're not using them in any monetary way. We are selling them for the value of the aluminum and as a way to raise funds for the purchase of land for us. So that's the plan. Let me jump in real quick on some of these comments. It's good to have everybody hanging out with us tonight. Okay. So, True Crime Channel says, Kingdom of Percall, you still... oh goodness, just trolling. Captain Zinto says, I sold the ingots online and in person. Oh, that's cool. What did you price your ingots at? True Crime Channel says, what on earth is ingots? Ingots are, if you look it up, it's a piece of metal that's purified so that someone can make a finished product out of it. When you try to melt down things that are made of metals, a lot of the time you will get a certain percentage of the metal, but then because of impurities in the metal that you may have been melting, or potentially just environmental factors that are going to affect how much dust and debris and things mixes in with the metal that you're melting, ultimately you are going to get a fairly low purity metal. So if you tried to get a whole bunch of aluminum cans and then throw them into a furnace and then pour out the result, you would get significantly less actual usable pure aluminum than the cans that went in. And so that being the case, people instead like to use these, which are very, very pure. This is 99% pure, and the benefit of that is that it allows a person who wants to make, say, a necklace, to throw this into a furnace, melt it down, get the shape of their necklace, and pour that in, and it will come out as this really, really pretty, as you can see on screen, really pretty, really clean looking piece of aluminum. And that's the point of that, is to be able to do these really nice casts and pours that don't have a lot of impurity in them. Australia says, I am my boss in my boss house representative, and I am the senator of Boss Nation government right now. Great to hear. Captain Zinto says, not at the scrap price, but I still would have made a good profit. Agreed. That's pretty cool. Kingdom of Percall says, lucky, True Crime Channel is not here. Australia says, I am in the Constitutional Republic of Colombia right now. Congratulations, Australia. OP said you could, though. I could though, but Eternia is not really interested in creating coins. We actually have a paper currency that we use, and that is the way that we're moving forward with that. Again, that is also on our Etsy site. Kingdom of Salon says, if you were to make a country, how would you enforce rule? Who are you asking that to? Kingdom of Salon, because the Empire of Aeternia is a country, and the way that we enforce rule is by accepting citizens who believe in and are supportive of the rules that we develop. So at any time, I can remove somebody from being a citizen of our country, or I can invite someone to be a citizen of our country, and that just works with people who agree with and want to support our laws and the rule of law in Aeternia more so. My direction. And if that is not something that person is interested in, at any point someone is free to leave, and at any point we can bring new people in. So it is a system that's really, really effective for finding people who are like-minded and can help you develop in the ways that you're looking to as a nation. True Crime Channel says, Prakal, why are you mentioning me? Ooh, nice, they came back. Prakal says, I'm so happy he's not here. He showed up. OP says, I would establish a law enforcement agency from Parliament or Congress and pass laws. What's the benefit of the law enforcement agency? Because if you are a micronation, then you will be subject to the laws of a macronation, more than likely, unless you are in some unclaimed territory, but that would put you at a different designation than most micronations. Assuming the fact that you are dealing with being a micronation, straight out, it seems like that would be difficult. If you are just a country like any other, then sure, you can absolutely do that, but that's easier said than done. Bushari says, my boss name is Mr. President Daniel Maloney right now. Very cool. OP says, that sounds fair. Paper currency is cheaper and can be worth absolutely anything that you want as long as your bank possesses the amount of money. Agreed, and that's actually something that we have set up pretty well in our economy currently. So if we go to our website, which we can go to right here, hold on. There we go, Empire of Aeternia. Aeternianempire.wixsite.com/Imperial Market. If we head there and we go down to our land purchase funding, we actually have an update from this now. I believe we're at 874.71 or something like that. We are getting close to that 1,000 mark, that 10% of our land purchase goal. But one thing to note about this number is that anytime someone purchases something from the Empire of Aeternia, whether that's supporting us through our Patreon, becoming a citizen, or a foreign dignitary, or just becoming a patron, or whether you are purchasing something from our Etsy, you are at the Imperial market, you are able to support that number. And it's not just, the profit minus the costs, it is 100% of the purchase price of your item. So I take all of the losses on personally for the Empire of Aeternia. I take all of the costs of the materials and everything like that out, and I take that weight on myself. So that means that anything that anybody purchases, all of that money goes directly to our land purchase funding, and that is the point of what we are trying to do. We are specifically trying to ensure that as micronations, we're able to accelerate, and that we are able to, as Aeternians, provide an opportunity for micronations to grow in an increasingly valuable environment for them. So we're trying to move toward that land purchase funding, and we are racing toward it. So if you guys are interested in that, if you guys want to continue to support us there, please do so, especially with purchasing these new half-ounce aluminum ingots from us, because it helps us to reach that goal. And once we do, we will be popping off in ways that people have not seen in micronationalism. So, real quick, I want to... we have the Horror Queen who jumped in. Hello, the Horror Queen. How are you? Have you seen our cool ingots, and what do you think of them? Prakal says, be back. Horror Queen says, what are you talking about me? OP says, right. Also, LP, the reason that I brought up our economy is to say that the purchases from our Imperial notes, which are the ones on our Etsy here, are the same thing that goes into that value in our economy. There, on our website, as you can see, was the Aristocrat board, which had a ton of people who have supported us and purchased Imperial notes. So that being the case, those people helped to create the value of the Imperial note. We have it pegged to the US dollar, but those people are helping to ensure that there is a backup for the Imperial note for the people who purchase it, and it is a very effective system for us. The Horror Queen says, what? Kingdom of Pakal says, back. The Horror Queen says, I'm not talking about you. Salon says, if you purchase the land, what are you going to do with it? That's a great question. So our biggest goal with a land purchase is trying to get a citizen on board to actively support us in day-to-day activities. Now, that means essentially starting to hire employees for the Empire of Aeternia. Now, that may not be something that goes straight into 9 to 5 and health insurance, but it would allow us to start hiring private contractors. It would allow us the benefit to say, hey, someone who just wants an opportunity to work with Aeternia, somebody who maybe another micronationalist who wants some way to help fund their own activities and opportunities, we could say we are happy to pay you for your efforts if you can come for a day and work to produce these aluminum ingots. And so here it is, we'll pay you this much for this day. We set up a contract, and then there you go. We can move forward with them as a private contractor for the Empire of Aeternia. And so that's the effort that we're going to start. Once the Empire of Aeternia has land, we are going to be able to set up not only our larger, improved furnace. Not only are we going to be able to pump out a ton of metals, we are also going to be able to set up a huge studio for ourselves and be able to set up lots of equipment for the regular filming of videos and the continuation of activities that we have. So instead of having to set up something and then dismantle it because it takes up too much space and then try and reset it up to create another video, we will be able to have spaces that are designated for the creation of certain videos and certain series, so that there is no time wasted having to set up sets and take down sets and set up sets and take down sets and plan and configure things. We will be able to adjust them as we go along for each video series that we do. So all of that will allow us a huge uptick in professionalism and in our ability to produce for you all. It makes it more efficient for us to produce because we'll be doing it in bulk. That means increased content for you guys. That means increased economic revenue for us, not only because we are moving toward monetization, which I want to bring up here in a second, but also because we are going to be doing a lot with our economic industries, including our furnace, our metal melting. And so that will be the creation of ingots in aluminum and copper, as well as potentially future items, metallic items for the Empire of Aeternia, and even, that's right, the production of potentially silver and gold. So we will be making pendants, we will be making different jewelry aspects, we will be making decor for micronational uniforms, we will be making potentially little statues and little symbols for different micronations. We want to create a lot, and we want to create things that represent the micronational community and show off how beautiful this community is. So just like this, if you guys can support us in the purchase of our aluminum ingots, you will be helping us to make the industries that shape Aeternia and change the world. That's what we're asking for here. I am trying to automate this industry as well. So this is going to be something that Aeternia can get more and more efficient at and have more and more economic leeway from advancing. Right now, our Aeternian aluminum industry is driven by me, and it's something that I have to spend a number of hours on to get products like this. Now that we have our technique down, this is something that I can produce in maybe 10 or 15 minutes, so long as I have the proper amount of materials and resources. So that being the case, a lot of that time just has to do with me setting up. If I have like a ton of the resources, you know, I can produce one of these in 15 minutes, and the next one 2 minutes later, and then the next one 2 minutes later, and then the next one 2 minutes later. But what would make it even better for us is if we had an automated system to be able to pump out these ingots while we're sleeping and while we're doing other things, and to have that in a safe and effective manner. So we have the knowledge of how to do that. We have the ability to start working on that, but we need more space to be able to make that a safe system, and to be able to do so with the ability to test and afford to be able to mess up materials, to retry and rebuild. Right now, that's just a process that would be too expensive to undertake and to expect any value out of right now. So that's one of our larger goals as we move closer and closer to our land purchase, is starting to come up with effective ways to automate and improve the efficiency of this system. But until we start looking seriously at land and having enough money to break through those barriers, we are going to have difficulty justifying those increased expenses. So that being the case, now we're talking about trying to make industries that are effectively accelerating the Aeternian economy. We're not just looking at producing videos online, but we're looking at producing videos online about the industries that we are helping to create for the micronational community and for macronational clients as well. This is something that we are looking to show you success through our expansion on, and to allow opportunity through. So hopefully this is something that will allow us to invest more into the micronational community. Hopefully this is something that will increase the value of our economy, which means that hanging out with Aeternians and supporting Aeternian businesses and Aeternian culture means an increased support for the micronational community. It means increased ability for micronationalists. So if you're somebody who comes in from another micronation and says, hey, we don't have any resources, but we need something, we need a way to continue to advance and grow, that there is immediately a way for them to do that. That there are set places that they can go to develop skills, like becoming a blacksmith for us, like creating marketing for us, like helping to develop our economy and our technology in the skills that they have and the resources that they have, which of course is a huge advantage for Aeternia in diversifying the people that we can bring in, because we are able to afford those people and their skills, but as well because we are able to offer that opportunity for other micronationalists. It makes micronationalism as a whole more rich, because then those people are going to take their funding and then say, hey, I need to increase my funding quickly. How do I do that? Oh, I can pay and support other people who have less funding than me to be able to start the ball rolling on my stuff, which then I can fuel by supporting Aeternia, so I can keep stacking that and slowly bring other people up with us. That's been the point this whole time. That's why we have things like the micronational map. That's why we've been looking harder at alliances. That's why we have been trying to develop all of the opportunities in the tournaments, like we have been, to start giving away awards. We just actually sent out our award for Perpetua for winning our second micronational risk tournament ever. Again, congratulations to King Michael. You can check out his name on our website, where we posted it congratulating him for his win, and as well we have sent out the award to them, so hopefully they should be getting that this coming week. But we will be eventually starting to sell off and award off for free these aluminum ingots. We want to start giving those away as prizes, and we want to start selling some of them to increase the excitement around Aeternian industries, and more than that, micronational industries that can be produced by micronations for micronations, and allow us to increase our independence from macronational communities that we're tied to. One of the greatest things about stuff like Amazon and like all of these different really, really strong online production companies and online distribution companies is that they are able to reach markets that would otherwise be limited by their region. So we can do the same thing with micronationalism, where we can support each other and develop a community that is beneficial inherently to micronationalists. And I'm excited to see that as we continue to march on. Percal said back. Okay. We have a whole bunch of stuff. OP says, I've been voted as a Gaplin parliamentary member and I take office in 2 days. Ooh, that's crazy. How do you feel about it? And are you prepared for the requirements that has? Are you prepared to undertake such a serious position? Kingdom of Crawl said, I said that about True Crime channel and said that they are looking to have an election for prime minister. Who do you think will win, and who all is running per call? Horror Queen says per call, it's right there. OP says, as long as your laws abide by laws of the state, territory, or macronation that you are in, your laws should be fine. Agreed. It's the law enforcement that I think is an issue. Horror Queen says, I am the True Crime channel. OP says, especially if they are pure satire like some Molassian laws. Fair enough. Agreed. I think as long as it doesn't infringe on those macronational laws, like you were saying, you're pretty safe. But it's interesting. I don't know. Horror Queen says, noob. Percal says, okay, have a nice day. Horror Queen says, I was watching you not bug anyone. Interesting. Percal says, have a nice day. OP says, I'm impressed by how much progress this nation has made. That means a lot. Thank you, OP. We are continuing to advance. Like, if you feel surprised by what we've been able to do now, just wait for a year. Just wait for 5 years, 10 years, because we are building a nation, and we're taking that one step at a time, but those steps are getting larger and larger as we get larger and larger. So please be prepared to see increases in that. And if you want to see the micronational community grow quicker and quicker, and if you want to see Aeternia be at the forefront of that, please help us out by supporting this and by investing in us, because the more that we have that economic support, the quicker that we can drive through these updates that we have and these upgrades to our equipment that we need. So the more that we are invested in, the more we can produce, which means the better returns for you all, and the higher quality products for you all, and more opportunities for you all. So this is I depend on you guys, and Aeternia depends on you guys as the micronational communities, as our neighbors, in the same way that local businesses need to support each other. And one of the huge tragedies of our time is that we have seen a lot of local businesses die out and completely shut down because there are these international monopoly businesses that come through and just bulldoze them, and they can't get enough local support, and they can't get enough equity in their community to be able to continue to survive and thrive and compete with those little with those huge macronational conglomerate corporations. So now it is important for the micronational community to ensure that we can protect against that. As our industries start to become larger and larger, we need to develop a culture that is consistent with local support and with a range of investment values from the closest micronations to each other and then on out, because this is not something that can be easily done. You know, these industries that are these huge global corporations have been around for quite some time and have learned the craft very, very well. The Empire of Aeternia is very, very small. Most micronations are very, very small. And so to try and punch up at the big guys, you have to be able to move quick, and you have to be able to hit hard. And those are some things that we are still learning how to do and are still trying to get better at, but you guys are helping to make that happen at a faster and faster rate. We're not going to do it today, we're not going to do it tomorrow, but we'll do it one day. And that's what all this is about. That's why this has so much energy. That's why this has so much support. Micronationalists understand that what Aeternia is trying to do is to try and accelerate the community. And I think a lot of micronations find themselves more and more gravitating to that idea of like, well, hey, we just have to make stuff. We have to make stuff. We have to do stuff so that we can continue to show how cool this community is, and so that we continue to show what our nations can do for that community. This is our reach out in that. This is our plan of saying, hey, look what Aeternia can do. Look at our culture. Look at our uniqueness. And please bask. Please support that. Because we have been basking in your excitement and in your creations for so long. I have been so lucky to see the micronational community develop as it has, and I have been so honored by every single piece of support that we've gotten, whether people just message us on Discord, whether it's, people supporting us by becoming a foreign dignitary or by purchasing some of our notes. It's something that helps us to drive forward every single day. Not because we're using the money for anything right now, but because we're able to show this is how close we are to our land purchase. This is how close we are toward monetization. Even just people hanging out on the channel like you are now. We have 8 viewers right now. That means if we last for an hour, we would have 8 watch time hours. We're not going to last super long tonight, but that helps us. If we can jump the chat up to, 10, 12, 15, 20 viewers, that would be a huge ramp up. Even for like 5 minutes of watch time, that's a lot. And so that would be 100 minutes of watch. 100 minutes of watch time. That is something that is super, super important to see in our community. Is people supporting each other, and that's what all this is about. That's why I showed this tonight, is because I felt like I had to race out to see you guys and show you how cool this is and how unique this is. I feel like a lot of micronations have products. A lot of micronations have things that they make, but how many of them are actually able to completely produce the thing 100% start to finish? It is your thing. There is no way to chop it up, to break it down, to dissect it in a way that does not ultimately tie back to your nation. And this is something that we can say is 100% Aeternian culture, 100% Aeternian born, and it just makes me feel giddy. It makes me feel super, super excited to be able to see all of that with you guys and to experience this moment in Aeternia's history through that. So I'm going to be able to go around and show people this now. You know what I mean? This is something that I can take to other people in my local community and in the micronational community and say, hey, Aeternia has value. Hey, check out what we can do. Hey, what can we do for your nation? What can we do for you? Would you like to come and help us out? This is something that we can just continue to advance and accelerate. So it's super hype. Horror Queen says, I'm out of here because of Kingdom of Rakal. Why? You guys should both hang out, but I appreciate y'all. Mr. Comics says, have a very good day, OP. Agreed. Republic of Astoria said, hello, Republic of Astoria, how are you? It's great to see you. Kingdom of Prakal says, bye, have a good day. Mr. Comics says, and also have a good day, Kingdom of Prakal. Prakal said, thanks. Prakal says, Prakal is having an election to Prime Minister. It starts on the 5th of October and ends on the 10th. And the Prime Minister is revealed on the 12th, and we will have more parties running than last time. Hey, congratulations. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? Because I know parties a lot of time in micronationalism can cause stagnation, and I worry about that with small nations. So please let me know how you have implemented these parties and how they work in your nation. Are they effective? Do they hold things back? What's your view on them? Aristorius says, laughs an Aristorian by having too many Pepsi bottles that it makes its own industry. Absolutely. That's a thing that is interesting, right? You can be able to make unique things out of the waste that you have. And that's a huge part of helping the environment and the economy as well. Because if you say, no, I don't need to keep taking and using all of these resources and then just throwing them away for somebody to eventually have to find them and dig them back up again to reuse them. If you can just throw those things straight back into the economy, that's a huge accelerant for everybody. You are helping the world by doing that. By recycling and reusing, you are cutting the process down to like a fourth of its, or even smaller, of its actual processing time, its natural, development cycle. You're improving the world when you do that, and making it more efficient. This is so weird. There's some weird stuff happening in the comments. Sorry, guys. Drew Andy K said, hello. Hey, Drew, it's great to see you. Drew, please hit me up on Discord. I want to talk to you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm excited to hear about you and Matt. I hope you guys have been doing well, and I can't wait to update you on what we've been doing. Drew, if you guys don't know, is one of our citizens. He has been a great supporter of the Empire of Aeternia, and I believe is on the Aristocrat board. So big shout out. I know actually, in fact, is on the Aristocrat board. So big shout out to Drew. Drew is actually our third on the Aristocrat board, top 3. That is incredible. So thank you to Drew for hanging out with us tonight. And again, I am excited to see you. LP says, I'm prepared for the responsibilities of Parliament, and I have quite a bit of good ideas, and I think I can make a grand and positive impact on the federated states of Gapla. That's exciting. Congratulations. Aristoria says, Aristoria is about to have its own election. It's going to be our current leader, Albert Sturkel versus Joseph Harry. Ooh, exciting. Who do you think's bound to win? I know normally incumbents are a shoo-in, so I'm curious to see what you think. Drew, Andy K said, fight going on? Yeah, there's a fight going on. It is weird. Horror Queen says, all for you at the Kingdom of Recall. Bye. Drew says, also, I'm surprised Liana isn't here. Agreed. Richard has been in the comments for the last couple videos, actually. I've been really impressed. I've been excited to see him. But yes, we are super excited to have everybody jumping in with us. Let me jump in. Aristoria says, Aristoria is working on its research. We found something. We do not know what it is yet. Ooh, I'm excited to see. About the election. Horror Queen says, whatever. Drew says, my family crushes aluminum cans, and we get over 8 giant bags of cans every year and get $122 of profit usually. Absolutely. And that's a really, really cool thing to see. Like 8 bags a year, that's a significant amount. And so even just that, you can turn the trash that you have effectively into profit, into value for you and your nation, and that is incredible. That is a way of finding money where you didn't even realize you had it. It's just saving the money that you have, in fact. Horror Queen says, if you repeat, yep. Utreya says, Utreya is having a prime minister election. Voting starts on the 9th. A new parliament minister will be in power on the 12th. Awesome. Drew says, yes, AP, I've been quite missing. And Matt, sadly, my Discord was a little cut off on accident to Discord, and it was too late by the time I contacted them. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, if you want to join Discord again, you should hit us up. Or just email. Like, if email works better, let me know. I can hit you up by email. I want to get moving on more stuff. I'm super excited. We have a couple of citizens right now working on stuff, but I want to try and see if I can get everybody like roaring and going to do a couple things, because I have some stuff that I know, Drew, you are very interested in gaming, and I have some stuff that I want to talk about in relation to gaming. So I feel like there's going to be a lot coming up here recently that is going to be right up your alley, and so I'm excited to talk more. Horror Queen says, stop. Prokal says, I sent you all the party logos in the Discord DMs. Ooh, nice. Let me hit it up. Discord DMs. We have been sent the party emblem. Ooh, these are actually kind of crazy. I love this. Hold up, they have very unique party emblem. Let me get this set up for y'all, and we will be jumping in. This is a little bit off topic, but okay. So first off, Pro Goose Party. Tell me about that. Are they professional? First off, those are all ducks. I wanna address this. Pro Goose Party, those are all ducks. All ducks, no cap, all facts, all ducks. Right there. Secondly, Pro Goose Party, are they professional geese? Are they ducks that are professional geese? Are they supportive of geese? Like, are they ducks who are then like, yeah, but we're really down for geese. Like, go geese. Do it, geese. You got it, geese. They're pro-goose. They are supportive of geese. Whereas, or maybe they're saying, hey, we're pro-goose, unlike ducks. Ducks are anti-goose. They're ducks. So be pro-goose, anti-duck. Like how Chick-fil-A's mascot is a cow. Trying to have these cows say eat more chicken. We're having these ducks uh, that are anti-goose, but the emblem is pro-goose. This is cool. I like this. You got to tell me the background story behind what the hell pro-goose is, please. Also, let me jump in to another one real quick. We have pro-goose, you guys. We're about to be in the virtual party. Okay, hold up. Virtual party. So were they like, ooh, that's actually interesting, because that brings up a good point about micronationalism. Micronationalism is unique because there's so many advancing theories that are happening really, really quick about the way to govern small groups. And so when you have these really big macronations that come up with their parties, you can see that the parties are so similar to each other because the main direction that the nation is going is already pre-cut out for potentially hundreds of years. And so the direction of the nation is kind of shaped. They know where they're going. It's just minor steering, minor adjustments and tune-ups that need to be made to keep them going in the proper direction. But then there are micronations who have things like virtual parties where they're saying, no, potentially this nation and its government is saying, hey, so one of our parties just wants to be online. They're saying, hey, stop focusing so much on external stuff. Stop focusing our energy and time and effort on real world problems and on the things that are developing outside of the internet. We need to focus our resources in on growing our support on the internet and then moving out. So the virtual party could be like a radical movement in this country to be supporting online infrastructure to be able to help this nation grow. And that's a really cool thing to see. And then we have them contrasted with pro-goose. So I'm not sure if we're going to see some absolute vicious killers from pro-goose trying to battle the virtual party, or if we're seeing this virtual party as like a standard for like model citizenship, and they're like, yeah, we're paving the way, and then pro-goose parties like 100% jokes coming in causing problems, wrecking the party of the virtual party. This is all very interesting. Drew Andy K says, yeah, I'm working on my way back. I'll try and join after the stream. Hey, that means a lot. Thank you, Drew. Aristoria says, it does look like Joseph Harry will win, but we're currently trying to make more stuff from the current president because Joseph Harry is a huge fascist. Oh, goodness. That's actually crazy. So you guys had somebody new come in and start, like, stepping on the game and, like, killing it. And the person that now is... That's an interesting thing with democratic micronations. You can just get somebody who has a lot of, like, supporters who comes into your nation that's smaller and just takes it over. And you can't do anything about it. Drew Andy K says, I really am down for a goose. Prakal says they are stomping duck shooting on a duck named Honk. What? I'm very confused. Drew Andy K says, yes. Prakal says they will protect Honk the duck. Oh, so there's a whole, that's their mascot. This is interesting. Horror Queen says, oh, they're running around. Everybody's going crazy. Prakal says, hey, Drew Andy K said cat in a box. Prakal said the virtual party is giving more rights to virtual citizens. Yeah, see, that's interesting. They have a whole party dedicated to supporting virtual citizens. Okay, this one's cool. This one's cool as well. It's pro cat. It's a little kitty cat. Hey, Moondust. We got Moondust back here now. Moondust, what do you have to say? On stream, tell us. Tell us how you feel about the pro-goose party. Let me pull up the pro-goose party for Moondust and just see what he thinks real quick. Maybe, no, you know who Moondust would be supportive of? Tiger Party. Moondust would love Tiger Party. Moondust, are you a Tiger Party representative or a Liberal Party representative? Pro-goose, what you about? Or virtual party, you know. Oh, goodness, ad. Ad every day. Goodness gracious. Okay. So while we go through this McDonald's ad for a moment, there we go. I'm going to skip forward through to this, through this. A lot of sold beats right now. Let me jump onto a different page so that we can continue to talk about these parties. And then I am going to start winding down the stream in a minute. But here we have the Liberal Party. As you guys can see, Liberal Party looking more normal than the rest. Honestly, Liberal Party is the most normal I've seen thus far. Tiger Party was crazy. Virtual Party, again, pretty crazy. Liberal Party just chilling. It feels like Liberal Party's honestly just chilling. What is the Liberal Party like? What liberal means so many different things in so many different nations. What does it mean in per call? I'm really curious. And also, keep us updated with how the actual results of the election goes, please. Kingdom of Percal says that the virtual party is giving more rights to virtual citizens. Also, no, hold up, y'all gotta come back. I noticed the stream jumped up to like 8 viewers when Moondust comes in, and then now y'all got me back at 5. I see y'all cat lovers joining in, not supporting the stream, just here for the cats. I see y'all. The Kingdom of Percal said the virtual party is giving more rights to virtual citizens. Drew said, this sounds like someone is gonna pull a John F. Kennedy. Ooh, got him. Republic of Aeternia says, oh, a cat. Drew NDK says Kitty is a tiger. Agreed. Tiger party all the way. Percal says the Horror Queen, you can't beat me. I can talk to YouTube support for false report. Jedi Pierce says here for the BS. I'm glad you're here, Jedi Pierce. Jedi Pierce, are you here for the aluminum ingots? We have these aluminum ingots now for sale on our Etsy shop. This is an industry 100% developed and run by Aeternian citizens. This is something that we can make 100% in the Empire of Aeternia to support ourselves, to help develop and continue our growth. And this is something that we can directly do as a show of thanks for all of you, to help increase the value of this community, to help give away during different awards and celebrations that we do with our community. This increases value. This is something that's nicer than just getting, a couple stickers or something. We started out with that. Our last Micronational Risk Tournament was our first ever giveaway, and we gave away some stickers. So now we are continuing with giveaways. We are going to be increasing to these aluminum ingots, and we want to start giving these away for special circumstances, for people who've really supported us and really helped us, or made something really, really spectacular for the nation. So we'll start to give those out to citizens at some point. We'll start to give those out to other people, but people who win things, but our copper ones, those are going to be the ones that are going to be of some big boy value, and those are going to be some that we come to create in not too long. So start looking out for those as we're getting closer and closer on the development of them. But in the meantime, know that we are actively having something on the table that is valuable for you guys now, and you can support by checking out the Imperial Market on Etsy, etsy.com / the Imperial Market. Link in the description, both for the aluminum ingot and for the Imperial Market in general. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to do with our ingots. But one of the things that I want to show you guys as well, and again, this is a really pretty picture of it right there. I love it. But one of the things that I think I haven't been able to brag on too much, but I need to, because it's thanks to you guys. Even if you don't purchase one of our ingots, even if you aren't supporting us on Patreon or anything like that, you can still be helping right now just by watching this video. We have currently 3.2 thousand watch time hours. That has been incredibly hard to get and taken a lot of time and effort, and it's been thanks to you guys supporting our efforts on the channel that we've been able to get up to that as quickly as we have been. We've been here for about 3 years, and we're already almost up to our 4,000 watch time hours, so that's incredible for us. We have moved from 0 all the way up to there, so that is a huge accomplishment from us. And something that has only been driven and only been possible thanks to you guys supporting the community and making it what it is. So we right now are at 3.2. Now this is something that gets harder and harder as you get to bigger and bigger numbers, because it's a measure of velocity, of how fast you can get those watch time hours. It's 4,000 watch time hours per year. So that means that every day, if there's a video that hits and becomes a year old, its views, all the previous views that it got, are no longer eligible. So we're constantly fighting the trail off of all of our videos that are older than a year with all of our new videos that we're creating. So the more that you guys help out, the more that you guys go back and watch our videos from the last year or so, the more that helps us to show those off to new people and to get closer to this watch time. Because once we hit that 4,000, all we have to do is hit it once, and then we will start to get, I think, like $200-300 a year. So that'll be a huge boost to our economy and will make it a lot quicker for us to move toward our land purchase. We may be able to purchase land in the next like 2 or 3 years with that happening. So thank you guys so much for helping us to get here. And please, as we get to this last 800, push to help us get that 4,000. If you want to show the channel to other people, it means a lot. But even if you were just watching it in your off time, or if you have it playing while you're studying or whatever, the longer that you can watch the channel, the more that you can do to interact with our community and share it and help to get people to know what we're trying to do, the quicker you can help us to reach the goals of our country and to make micronationalism an even bigger thing and an even more impressive competitor out there in the world for supporting people's rights, for helping to push forward environmental protection of this planet, and for assisting micronationalists in improving and supporting their nations. All of that is made possible by you guys helping the channel right now, and we are slowly marching forward because of your support and because of your generosity. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Drew says I'll have to hop out real quick. I'll join the Discord. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Thanks. See you later. Republic of Aeternia says the elections on Monday, and it's still in the favor of Joseph Henry, and the propaganda only worked a little. We're hoping for a miracle so we don't have a tyrant for president. Yeah, that sounds incredibly scary. Good luck, and please keep us updated, Aeternia. Australia said nothing, Drew Andy K. Australia said they're going to start their own Labour Party. Oh, interesting. Good luck. And also, again, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It means a lot. And I can't wait to see that number go from 3.2 to 3.3 to 3.5 to 3.7 to 3.9 to 4K. We're going to try and get that 4K by the end of the year. That's our goal. December 31st, 4K. We want to try and hit that, and we want to try and continue to accelerate. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for helping make this stream possible and for making all of our streams possible. And I will see you next time. Peace, everybody. Have a good night. Good night. I appreciate y'all. Good night. Again, I'm going to keep this running for a second just in case it ends, but Aeternia and Ingots. Aeternia and Empire at gmail.com if you want to email us about it. Here are the ingots. Here's our Etsy. Etsy.com/ I'll go here. Etsy.com/ shop/ the Imperial Market. And you can get to the Imperial Market, our Etsy shop, also our Imperial Market, our page where you can help us to grow the economy of the Empire of Aeternia by supporting the goods that it has. And again, thank you so much to all of our aristocrat board members. We have Leanna Taylor, Richard Taylor at 90 notes, Matthew Freeman at 55 notes, Drew Freeman 35 notes, Raymond Boscher, and Master Deontay. Those are actually two different people who are tied for fourth at 25 notes. Stephen Vince, our own Master of the House of Treasure, 22 notes. Gray Mare at 21 notes. Mason Kodat at 10 notes, and Cole Masterson at 5 notes. So only a few of our aristocrats actually being citizens of the Empire of Aeternia, but some of the highest ranking on the aristocrat board are citizens of the Empire of Aeternia. So thank you guys so much for helping out and for making all of this possible. For our aristocrats, you are making things possible. For our land purchase, you are making things possible. For our industries, you are helping to make things possible. And for our environmental impact, you are helping to make things possible. Good night, everybody. Master Deontay just jumped in. Hey, Master Deontay, you are the fifth aristocrat. Also, we created half-ounce aluminum ingots that I want to shout out and I want to show support for. So if you want to support us and our aluminum ingot creation, you can purchase those on our Etsy. It means a lot. And again, Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. I appreciate y'all. Empire of Aeternia, Imperial Market, aluminum ingots. Check them out. Love y'all. Peace. Bye. Bye. I'm over here now. Bye. Coming up from the bottom. Bye. I'm walking in from the side. Hello. Oh, hi. How are you? Bye. I'm creeping along the bottom so that it looks like I'm just barely able to peer above the bottom of the screen. Bye. I'm up here, but now I'm not. Okay, hold up. Someone also asked, how do you sign up to be an ally? Hey, we have an alliance application. Check out our Discord for more information. If you Discord message us or email us at eternianempire at gmail.com, we will get that to you. There are a whole bunch of links in the description for a whole bunch of that stuff. If you want the quickest way to get the alliance application, all you need to do actually is to just go to our website here. Let me pop that up. eternianempire.wixsite.com/Imperial Market. You will get to this page, or if you type in the Empire of Aeternia, go down a few, it's a Wix site, and you will be right here. Then you can go to Alliance right here, this thing, or you can go up here to the Alliances tab up there. Either way, click on Alliance, then it'll say looking to become allies, and you can hit the proposal form, where when you click that, it'll bring it up, and boom, here's the form. We have 95 people who have filled out the application thus far, and honestly, we need to do a lot better at answering those. We've been backed up because it's been just me trying to go through and answer and respond to those. And I look into the nations that we are having those alliance applications with, and I really write out something thoughtful about their nation to try and get the conversation moving, because we're trying to establish an alliance. It's a really technical thing. It's something that we want to be economic in nature. So that's how you can fill it out. That's how you can apply to be an ally. But if you want, you can also email us to remind us that you have an application in, and also to help understand better what it is that we're looking for in allies. But some of that information is given on the alliance application, such as video support in our videos. But yep, you guys have a good night, and I will see you later. Peace, everybody.